All right, we're at the museum watching this week with Stephanopoulos. At the beginning of this roundtable discussion, featuring people from the administration, Jay Rockefeller in the Senate, right-wing Democrat and Republican, Stephanopoulos said we got views from all sides. Well, for example, there's nobody advocating single payer in this discussion, or who has any history of advocating a single payer. Getting a fairly skewed discussion. I'm going to ask about the moneyed interests behind health care and what these representatives and senators have to say about how they're playing out and what their role is in that. On the substance, Senator, aren't mandates, health insurance mandates, don't they end up being a subsidy for the insurance companies because you're mandating that people go out and buy their product?
Well, what we're trying to do is find the most cost-effective way to cover everyone in America. And using a private sector model is something that most Americans are comfortable with. Now, right now, in our system, 55% of everybody that's insured is insured through a private insurance system. And as you can tell from the polling and all of the commentary, both from the left, right, and center, people like that. Now, they want insurance to be regulated. They like to have reform of insurance. They don't want to have their insurance dropped, without notice. They don't want to have their insurance dropped just when they get sick. They don't want to have their premiums increased beyond their ability to afford it, and they're right. So a big centerpiece of our reform package must be reforming the insurance market and making the market work better. And it can be a private market that's appropriately government regulated. So I'm not carrying water for insurance companies, but I am repeating what my constituents, many of them from all different walks of life, say, if it's not broke, don't fix it, or if it is broken, fix it, but don't throw the whole thing out, and that's what we're trying to do.
Senator, you say you're not carrying water, but your number one contributor is J.P. Morgan Chase, PACs and individuals associated with. Why shouldn't, and you've precluded, like I'm not personalizing this, a lot of members of Congress, and you've precluded the option of a Medicare for all type option. Why shouldn't somebody conclude that you are doing the bidding of the financial industry?
First of all, let me say, anyone that knows me knows that I have not carried water for banks, financial institutions, or insurance companies. They're not even headquartered in my state. What I am interested in is a healthcare system that my constituents can afford, and one that is good and one that is fair, and expanding coverage. I don't believe that America can afford, based on the evidence that we have before us, to have a complete public system like Medicare for everyone. It's going bankrupt basically in 7 years. So I'm promoting a combination of public and private. Not completely public, not completely private. But it has nothing to do with the companies. It has to do with my heart and eyes being on my constituents, both in Louisiana and around the country, that need to be able to afford it.